With us, as always, our producer Andrew, and today we're discussing Love Overboard by Kandi Steiner. But first, let's talk about what we're currently reading. Andrew, what are you reading?
Believe it or not, I'm reading nothing, but I just want to commend you on that great, just so professional intro. How did you come up with such a eloquent phrasing of our podcast?
You know, it ain't much, but it's honest work. No, that was brought to you by our producer, Andrew. I did for a second there almost forget the title of the book we're discussing, because I just copied the words and I forgot to add in the book title, so that was almost embarrassing for me. But thankfully, I didn't. Okay, if you're not reading anything, are you watching anything, or do you want to tell people about your game that we're demoing?
Okay. I am watching Love Island against my will. My wife is watching it, and I hear it all day, and it is gross. Have you watched it?
Yeah. I gave up on episode, 4.
Oh my god, there's so much tongue. And feet. Feet and tongue.
Yeah, I agree. I texted Nick about it when I was still trying to watch it, because he was also trying to watch it, and I was like, I'm not a prude, but this show has me clutching my pearls.
Honestly.
Yeah. I saw a tweet where somebody said they remember when kissing used to mean something on Love Island.
Yeah, they just jump right into kissing now. And full-on tongue kissing, day one.
Yeah, you're seeing so many people's tongues, and you don't need to see anybody's tongues, in my opinion.
You mean you don't want to see people's tongues?
No, I don't.
Shocking.
All right.
That sounds horrid.
Maybe next week Andrew will be reading something.
I'm gonna hold on. Let me do some future telling. No, that's not gonna. I'm gonna guess no, that's not gonna happen. But what are you two reading? I would love to know what books you guys are currently reading right now. CJ?
So I did finish Love Overboard, but we'll talk about that later. I finished a series. I'm pausing for applause.
Clap, 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 clap. Andrew, insert clapping sound effect here. Thanks.
I finished the Pacific Shores series, which starts off with Heathen and Honeysuckle. It's a series of 4 books, with the last 2 being a duet. Reckless Roses, I started late last week. It's a short, novella. So book 4 is a second chance romance. Kinda. They, were barely together, but there was, a lot of history that you went through. So it was pretty much, their history. And then, a massive event happened. And then book 4 is, a couple of years later. So I finally finished that book series. I actually really enjoyed that book series. It was a lot of fun. The first one is about a pro surfer. It's also second chance romance. And you know how I feel about it. So the fact that there's 2 second chance romances in pretty much a 3-book series was a wonderful time. And then I also just started on the plane back Hard Feelings, which is the second after Here for the Cake. Mm-hmm. And Holly, I know this wasn't up your alley, but I am thoroughly entertained. I'm really enjoying Savage Grandma. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. She was the part I was enjoying. I think, it might be, a softie enough. I think I just wasn't in the mood, maybe. I don't know.
Fair. Because, I'm enjoying it from, a standpoint of, I knew it was going to be funny the way Here for the Cake was funny.
Yeah.
It was just, a light fluff read, but I'm having a good time. I think I just really like the married in Vegas and then stuck together for a little while plot, if Play Along is any indication. But I am enjoying it. I didn't like the miscommunication in the beginning, though. That was...
Yeah. We hate
I knew it was going to happen. I am happy that it didn't take the entire book to be resolved, though.
Yeah,
I do have to say that.
They do at least do that quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is what I'm currently reading.
Okay. I have had some high highs and some low lows recently.
Oh no.
I did yesterday. I'll start with the high. Yesterday, I finished my second 5-star read of the year.
Whoa!
Woo!
Andrew, insert applause.
No, we only have the budget for one of those applauses per episode.
Sorry, I already used it.
Boo. I finished Carrie Soto is Back, which also high is on my 26 and 2026 list.
Boo!
So both of my 5 stars so far this year have been Taylor Jenkins Reid books, but which I know because like I love her. It's not as good as Atmosphere, even though like I gave both 5 stars. I would say Atmosphere I liked slightly better and like had me a little bit more emotionally invested. But I don't even like tennis. I don't know anything about tennis, and I was on the edge of my seat during some of the matches. I've also heard the the audiobook is quite good. And now to the low. So that was for one of my other book clubs. And now for my other book club with our friends, Him by Elle Kennedy. I haven't finished it yet. Because every time I try, I read 2 pages and I need to put it down. And I need to get a move on because my hold is almost up. Here's the thing. It's basically, so it's 2 male hockey players who they were like best friends in like high school or whatever, but then they had a falling out, they lost touch. Basically they had a bet to like, they did a shootout and whoever loses had to give the other one a blowjob, and then things got weird after that.
Oh.
And they haven't spoken to each other in years, and then they see each other again. And it's
what an interesting concept.
It's like similarly to Love Island. Like, you can't go 2 pages without it getting sexual. And I'm not that far in. Like, they have not reconnected yet. It's just they're always either having sex with somebody or flashing back to the weird, awkward blowjob situation.
Now, was this their only gay relationship?
Well, one of them is gay. And the other one is obviously in the course of this book going to come out as, like, bisexual or gay because it's a relationship between the 2 men. But he, at this point, besides the blowjob of it all, is straight.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
But I'm not that far because, again, every time I pick it up, it just gets like, and you know what? Here's the thing. I love the Off-Campus series for what it is. Elle Kennedy does not write great spicy scenes. Like, they can be kind of cringe sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're funny, they can get kind of cringe. And, like, this is, like, too much like that. It's kind of like the criticism people have for the off-campus books where it's just, like, fuckery all the time. And I literally am only, like, 7% of the way through this book. It's a little too much for me at this point in time. And I knew that going in because I know people have had, like, criticisms of her, and her, like, portrayal of queer characters, so I wasn't anticipating it to be, like, you know, particularly amazing representation, but it's just, like, a lot of, like, her, you know, her hockey players always curse, like, every other word out of their mouth. They're always, like, kind of problematic, and, like, very, like, 2000s frat boy, and then, yeah, it's just a lot of cringe all around. Like, I just think she does not necessarily write men particularly well all the time. Yeah. And now she's trying to write a book focused on 2 men.
So I won't hold my breath when I read this for our book club.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw, she is, like, coming out with a YA thriller.
No, I didn't see that.
That was just announced, like,
fascinating.
Today, and I don't know how I feel about that. But
okay.
But that's what we're currently reading. Let's move on to discussing the June book club pick, Love Overboard by Kandi Steiner.
Well, actually, Holly, before we do that, Caitlin went to this book event.
So it was at the romance-only bookstore that I brought Holly to when she came to visit back in January.
In North Carolina?
In North Carolina. It's called Brightside Books and Wine. And when Holly was here, it was just the prologue, so they hadn't opened the wine portion of it. They were in like a makeshift storefront at the time. Now they have fully opened up their space. And it is gorgeous inside, first of all. There's so many books. The displays are really awesome. There's a really cute bar and some seating and whatnot. But the book event I went to last night, it's the beginning of a series, so this is the first one they're hosting, and might I just say, it is a brilliant idea. So it is called the Hear Me Out Committee. And pretty much, there's presenters that will present hot takes of the bookish variety within whatever theme is chosen for that month. So last night, the owner of the store announced that whoever pitched the idea to her has like 15 ideas already. So we are set for the year. So this is like now a monthly thing, and I will be doing my best to attend every single month because it was so fun. So there were 4 presenters. This month's theme was But Daddy, I Love Him. And it was hot takes on like your favorite morally gray male main character, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So there were 2 that were Throne of Glass. One was A Discovery of Witches. And the other was The Poisoned Daughter. They were all such good presentations, but it was so fun. They had, okay, so obviously you're at Brightside Books and Wine, right? You are going to have a wine glass in your hand. And so they had the forethought, and I'm a sucker for things like this. They had the forethought to hand everybody clappers. So that way you could hold your drink and still clap.
Oh my
gosh. And I love that.
We need those for the clap track.
Yes.
We don't have the budget.
It's Prime
We'll find the budget.
Okay.
It's Prime Day. But yeah, so that was so much fun. I loved it and will hopefully be attending every month. So next month's theme is I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
Okay.
Holly, they did spoil the October theme. Monster kinks.
Oh. Interesting. Keep me posted.
I will hopefully be able to attend that one because that's right when I have all those weddings. So we shall see.
I'm gonna need you to go.
I think I'll be able to.
Somebody's gotta go.
Sounds like you're getting on a plane.
Andrew's going.
I'm going.
Sounds like you guys are getting on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stay tuned, everybody. We'll keep you updated each month.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Are they open like late nights too? So give them late night reading and
I
wine?
believe so.
Look
So
at that.
let me just double check. Like, I mean, last night we left at like 9 p.m. It's like right next to an apartment complex. In fact, it's pretty much like in an apartment complex. And that would be so dangerous. Like, let me just... They close at 9 p.m.
Okay.
So, like, it's not like a late bar, but, like, you can
so you
go...
can like pre-game your night out with some reading and
with some
wine.
books and wine. Or you can have, like, a fun early girls' night, because, like, let's be honest, I like to be in bed by 10 anyway. So, yeah. So, lots of fun. Would recommend. And that was not sponsored. I wish it was.
But we are trying to get her on the pod.
We are.
I'm going to need somebody from the monster one to come on this pod.
Maybe you have to submit your own
So,
your own takes.
I mean, Holly, you could apply to be a presenter.
I could. You know what? We'll see. The only thing is that's close to the marathon, and I also have some traveling in October, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, would be fun.
Plus, I do already have a captive audience to talk about that with.
You do, but you haven't ever made a presentation.
It's true.
That's true.
I do feel like, while I will probably never be presenting, because that's not my personality. Holly, I feel like you would be such a good presenter.
Maybe one time we'll line up one of my visits.
It is on a Monday night, so you'd have to take a day off.
Well, I'd have to take 2 days off.
Yeah.
If we don't go, I would love to know both of your monster takes. I think.
I love
I think that is a very interesting concept. I would like to dive into my own monster takes. I don't even know. I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
I just first thing comes to mind is like The Mummy. I don't know why.
The Mummy.
Oh, I do love that movie. Caitlin, you do need to read Morning Glory Milking Farm so we can force Andrew to sit through an episode about Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I don't
Or,
wanna.
you know what? Maybe I'll read it and we make
Yeah.
Caitlin sit through it.
And then you'll have FOMO. Because you say,
Oh,
that sounds
good.
so fun.
Oh, good.
I like
Andrew, the
that
first
idea.
book you read in a while cannot be Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I beg
We'll
to
see.
differ. It's a good intro.
I do want to preface, I do have access to Kindle Unlimited now, and it is on there. I did check.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Oh,
aware.
no.
That's where you think I paid money to buy a copy of that?
I just got from the library.
No.
What's that book you got from the library, though? Wasn't there the rubber duck one?
Oh, the Rubber Ducky Shifters?
Yes.
Yeah. That one
Yeah.
wasn't as good, though. I wouldn't recommend.
That's fair.
And I don't even know if that classifies as, like, monster. Because, like, they're creatures, but at what cost, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
See-
it doesn't hit the same.
I stand by the wildest book I've ever read was Stiff, which was the
Yeah, no,
dildo
I
shifter.
I agree. Andrew,
Yeah, I know. I
we
totally
don't
know what
have
you're
time.
talking about.
We
don't have
do
time.
not have time to go
We
to
didn't
that.
even talk about our book club pick this week.
We'll have to do an updated episode. We'll have to redo the episodes we usually do with Kylie of like the weird shit we've read.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's discuss what we actually are gathered here today to discuss. Love Overboard, Kandi Steiner. Andrew, just off the title, what do you think it's gonna be about?
Okay, can I look at the cover? Or no?
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah.
All right, I'm going to look at the cover real quick. Okay. All right, nautical themed. I'm going to guess a girl. She's burnt out with work. She's looking for a change. I know it has to do with something like Below Deck because I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. So she joins a yacht ship to work there and meets one of the crewmates and has a connection there. But then he was like, "Oh no, this isn't a life for you. You know, I can't be tied down. I'm always traveling." But then she's like, "No, we can travel together." And then there's a falling out, but then they rekindle their love and they open their own yacht business at the end.
Shockingly accurate.
I'm good at this.
It's not like 100%, but you kind of have hit on the part, like a lot of parts, and the parts that are wrong you kind of have the right idea.
Yeah.
The wrong, like you've done the work correctly, but you got to the wrong answer.
Yep.
Hey, C's get degrees.
Yeah. So this one actually on Goodreads has a very short description for once. From USA Today, #1 Amazon and Book Talk best-selling author Kandi Steiner comes a brand new standalone. Fans of Below Deck will love this angsty, tumultuous romance between two exes surprised to find out they're working on the same yacht for the season, and that their every interaction, innocent or not, is being filmed for a television show.
Oh, it really is Below Deck.
Yep.
Yeah, it's literally just Below Deck.
It is. And let me tell you, Below Deck during COVID was my guilty pleasure. I loved that show. So that might
Which
skew
flavor of
my
Below Deck?
feelings. Mediterranean, but then I had just gotten back from Australia, so I also watched Below Deck Australia because I loved knowing where they were going. Like when they said like, "Oh, we're going to like Whitehaven Beach or whatever," I was like, "I've been there. I know that."
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I will say Below Deck is, like, one of the few Bravo shows that, like, I just can't get into. Like, when I'm with Caitlin and she puts it on, I'll watch it. But I never, like, go through a full season or, like, really get into it.
See, I'm enthralled. And I think part of that is because when I was in high school and college, I paid my way through college as both a dockhand and a bartender.
Whoa.
And Below Deck pretty much marries the two of them.
Very
And, you
cool.
know, as an adult now, I think to myself, and I'm like, I absolutely could have done, like, a gap year and done yachting. Like, I was in hospitality for 7 years, like, doing exactly that. Not the housekeeping part of things, but...
always drama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Below Deck level drama. But there is...
But just, like, young people working together drama.
Yeah, though, like, I was my separate entity, kind of, because I was on the docks and not in the restaurant, so we kind of escaped from a lot of it, especially because we were on the bottom part of the cliff, and the restaurant was at the top of the cliff.
So what, you help people get off their boats and stuff?
I was basically, like, valet for boats, so people would come in, and they would dock their boat, I would tie it up, but you also had to play Tetris with the boats, kind of, so, like... I had to know, like, okay, this 25-foot boat could fit here. I can actually stack that with, like, maybe, like, an 18-foot boat, but, like, not more than 21 feet, because that's how long the dock is. But if I swing that out, and this person got here first, how can I, like, make it so that way it's easier on the back end, where, like, if they come down, I can just let them out. Make sure that, like, when the wind hit, like... when you're swinging the boat out, that, like, the wind doesn't take the other boat and, like, bash it into a different boat. I was, like, playing, like, Jenga and Tetris with, like, $200,000 worth of assets. It was fun. I had a good time. It might be why I'll have skin cancer on my nose when I'm, like, 70, but...
Oh, no. Don't put that out there.
Well, because you're just
cutting it out.
You're just in, like, the burning sun forever, and so, like, there was also no shade at my job, so, like, if you were running around doing the things and didn't have a chance to sit down, like, you were just in the sun. And, like, you could put sunscreen on in the beginning, but you just sweat it off. And, like, then when you try and put sunscreen on again, you're all sweaty. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. I stand by. I think if I didn't do my current job, maybe I would work on a yacht.
Yeah.
That's my backup plan in life. I wouldn't be on Below Deck. I don't do reality TV. They tried to put me on that show that came to my hometown. No.
Yeah.
No.
I have several questions, but we'll have to save it.
Yeah.
we have to save it for a Caitlin Lord dub episode.
Yeah, maybe if we ever get popular enough to have a Patreon, we'll just do some more dub episodes for the Patreon.
You know, small towns sometimes have the most exciting things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, this is going to be an interesting episode because Caitlin and I had different experiences with this book. I want to preface that. I had texted her separately because I didn't want to, like, ruin everything for Andrew to, like, get out some of my thoughts. And then I said, I'm done. I'm going to save it for the episode. And then something else happened and said, actually, one more thing. I gave it a 2.5 stars.
Whoa.
And I gave it a 4.
I think for me, I think this is
really the furthest apart we've been.
Yes, and I think the problem is, like, I love Bravo. I love reality TV. I know drama and scandal. This was not really giving the drama and scandal of Bravo. Like, they were the way things rolled out, which I won't get into detail yet because that's, like, the end. Like, this wouldn't even make top 5 Bravo scandals of all time. Not even top 10, probably. And it was just, like, so dramatic. And I gave an example of, like, the ways it was dramatic. I also feel like this kind of ties into, like, it was a lot of telling us that they loved each other so much and they had these deep feelings and, like, no showing. Which I think is important with, like, building up tension. But I just have a quote that I would like to read to illustrate how
please.
Freaking dramatic this book was. She says this to him pretty, like, early on into them re-meeting for the second time. So, to show how dramatic this is, actually, no, I'm going to have you guess after I read this quote how long you think they were together the first time before they broke up, okay? I hope you never escape the rotting death of what we could have been if you'd actually loved me the way you said you did. Mm-hmm. How long do you think they were together?
So obviously they had a very intimate, long-lasting relationship that ended pretty badly. And,
this is also, like, what, 2 years later, Caitlin? That they're re-meeting? Yeah. So it's not fresh. But how long do you think they were together based on that quote?
I feel like this is like a red herring situation, so I'm going to go, like, 2 months.
Basically, because it was a charter season, which is just like the summer.
Oh, the summer?
I think it's like, yeah.
Wow,
and she said, I hope you never escape the rotting death of what we could have been. I equated it to, like, how when you're, like, reading a book that's not, like, a dark mafia romance, and the male main character goes, touch her and die, and he's just, like, a guy who works in finance. There's no need for that.
Hey, you don't mess with the finance bros.
like, there's just no need for that level of dramatics for what this is.
See, and I just grazed over that because I was like, reality TV, whatever.
Why?
I was like, this
and
is
how did they
crazy.
break up?
So what happens was they were together and there was a miscommunication, which I hate. But pretty much she expected them to continue yachting together, right? Mm-hmm. Like they would just travel to different yachts and that would be like their job and whatnot. He's the chef. She is the stew. On the boat where they met in the summer, she was like a second or a third stew, but like now she's the chief stew. So she's in charge of pretty much the entire interior of the boat. So meals, rooms, that stuff. And the chief stew and the chef have to work very closely together. So, they broke up because she thought they were going to continue yachting, but he is a chef because of his grandma, and he really wanted to open up a restaurant in honor of his grandma. But he didn't tell her about this because he wasn't certain it was going to happen. So instead, he kind of like let her talk about the future and didn't like really correct her. He didn't play into it, but didn't correct her. And so when she found out that he was going to open up a restaurant, instead of continuing on with her, they blew up and broke up.
Well, also, because she has some daddy issues where her dad is, like, she's, like, from a very privileged family, and I think the dad actually, like, works in business, and so he's always acting as if her career in hospitality is, like, beneath her and, like, not a real career, and so when she and Finn are, like, fighting, and she's like, I thought you were gonna come with me, and he was like, you could come with me, but he lives in Ireland, and she's like, there's no yachting season in Ireland, like, you're asking me to give up my career. So in her head, she's like, oh, you're just like my dad, what do you think, like, my career,
you don't respect my career. Yeah,
so that's an added layer.
Correct. That's an important added layer.
There's also, so there's a lot of characters on this. Another thing that I was disappointed on is, like, they didn't really show the actual charters at all. Like, you'd get, like, 2 pages about the charter, and then they just recap it. And, like, I feel like you could have had so much fun with that.
Yeah.
Do they talk about the people who are renting the yacht or staying there?
Yeah.
Or it's,
they do that at the beginning, and then you get maybe, like, 1 scene with those people, and then they cut to, like, post-production interviews, like, with the producer for, like, the talking heads. Mm-hmm. And they're just recapping what happened. That's kind of what I mean, where there was, like, a lot of telling you instead of showing you. Where they're like, oh, it was so crazy fun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, if you're gonna, like, have such a fun premise, such as, like, a reality TV show, I want to actually see the reality TV show. I don't want to, like, hear everybody recap. But there's a lot of, like, the other staff on the boat. And here's the thing. Finn also comes in with a girlfriend who's working on the boat.
Yeah.
And she does suck. But here's the thing about Kandi Steiner. She loves a cheating plotline. She has a whole other book where it's just the 2 main characters cheating on each other, on other people.
Is that Love Letter to Whiskey?
Yeah. I enjoyed that book, but I knew that was what that was going into it. Like, this one, just because his
you weren't prepared for it.
Right. And just because his girlfriend sucks doesn't make it okay. And then you find out, like, later into the book that they broke up partway through the charter. And Gisela, which is the ex, just, like, didn't tell anybody. But, like, Ember, who's the female main character, fully knew they were still in a relationship. And, like...
Correct.
She was conflicted, but not conflicted enough to not cheat. And I was like, how am I supposed to root for you two when you're, like, cheating? I do have another dramatic-ass quote from this book. When they finally...
Is this going to be about Leah?
No, I'll get to her.
Oh.
I'll get to her tape in a minute. No, this is when Ember and Finn finally sleep together. And he decides... So, Andrew, you don't know this. One of my biggest pet peeves in romance books is when they decide they no longer need to practice safe sex because they love each other.
Yes.
But this might be a new pet peeve, like how dramatic this man was. He doesn't want to use a condom because he's so tired of, and I quote, everything that's come between us.
Ew.
Like, talking about their past and all their time. I had to put my phone down.
That is not an excuse. Sorry,
I was like,
bro.
that is so freaking dramatic. Like, what do you mean? So that tops off, like, normally it's they just will say they love each other, and they're like, well, it's fine. And that, like, pisses me off as somebody who, like, works in public health. But, like, this really did it for me, because I'm like, on the one hand, I'm glad you're not pretending that it's, like, because you're in love. But, like, this is almost worse. Like, ick.
Yeah, that was a moment where I was like, oh, why?
That's like a line that like a sex ed teacher would give you, but like, you know, always practice safe sex, even if they say, you know, they want to be closer to you and all that stuff.
It does not make you any less close.
Right.
It does not make you any less close to have a condom between you.
I literally had to be like, oh, good lord. Like, normally in a sex scene, I can, like, kind of ignore some cringe. But I think it was partially, like, I was already so pissed off about this book.
And she was okay with it? And she's like, yeah.
Yes. Oh,
she was like, yes.
They always are.
They always
she was probably
are.
Like, I'm tired of everything between us, too.
Yep.
It was so dramatic. Like, it was dramatic in the way that normally, like, a romantasy is dramatic, where I can forgive it, because, like, people are dying.
Yeah.
Like, this is a reality TV show. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
So, so they do sex while they're being recorded?
They take off their mic packs and, like, close the door.
Oh, so it's is it like Love Island, where it's just like black and white footage and like of the sheet over them, just like?
Well, no, because they're in the main guest cabin, which doesn't have the the cameras.
Oh, okay.
But if they were doing it in their bunk rooms, then yes.
Okay.
Oh, because she's also bunkmates with his girlfriend / ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who like kind of sucks at her job also.
She
in addition
she
to
pissed
sucking
me off
as a person.
She pissed me off, and then you know what? I do not condone cheating. Let me just put that out there first. But when we're like, Finn and Ember didn't bother me anymore because Giselle full on made out with what's his name?
Was cheating.
And I was like, you know
Cameron.
what? And like was like, oh, Finn's not gonna care. His name is Finn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
like,
I'm calling him.
Finn's not gonna care. Like, it's totally fine. Like, he won't even care. And then everybody's like, he's gonna care.
Also, the guy she made out with, Cameron, was, like, hooking up with Leah, who's another person who works on the boat. Who, she pissed me off, too. Her tape's cut.
Yeah. And then Giselle does tell Finn, and Finn is pissed about it because, shocker, you're in a relationship and you make out with another man, there's gonna be a problem. However,
on camera also.
Correct. On camera. And then it comes out later that they did not stop at making out.
Yeah.
They went back and continued later. Like, it was like on a dare to begin with. And then they stopped after the dare and like off screen or off page continued, and that comes out later too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's mad at Giselle though about that. Well, people
Well,
are
at
mad
the
about
end-
Giselle, but like it's not like a big scandal the way like
Yeah.
Ember and Finn were. Which like I
Yeah, 'cause then
understand.
Everybody walks
But-
in on Ember and Finn the next morning, like in bed together.
They're
and
still
that's what
naked in
gets
bed.
out, and they're acting as if this was like Scandival level scandal.
Well, are
And
they
it's not
allowed to
that
be in the master bedroom? Is that
Yeah,
part of
because
the
it's not
scandal?
on Charter. It's not
Okay.
on Charter.
It's not on Charter though. It is frowned upon on Below Deck, I believe.
right? That's what I'm thinking about. But I
But
guess
But that
that's
because
why
wasn't-
they were
they're-
upset.
That wasn't
They
even
didn't care about
mentioned.
I
No,
guess because she's Chief Stew that she kind of gets away
she'll
with
just
it.
clean it.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think it just wasn't
people
mentioned.
are just mad because like everybody thinks he's still with Gisela because Gisela is like refusing to tell people they've broken up, and then Leah fucking pissed me off. So Leah is betrayed by Cameron like the night before is when they find out that like he actually full on like had sex with Gisela after telling Leah it was only like a makeout. And then Leah walks in. So Eli, okay, there's a lot we skipped over. So to get over Finn, Ember goes on a date with Eli, who's like another person who works on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Which like
And
poor
she's,
Eli.
like, Not into it, and so then she goes home and she sleeps with Finn. And so Eli is the only one with a leg
was wronged.
to stand on.
Correct.
The only one, and he's like the least dramatic. He just like walks away. Leah comes in and she goes, "I thought we told each other everything." To which I wrote, "Girl, you've known each other 2 months, and besides, was Ember supposed to live text you while they were having sex? Like, when was she supposed to tell you? Like, they just woke up. When was Ember supposed to tell you?"
Obviously, you're just supposed to be like, "Hey Siri, text Leah. I'm having sex right now."
Right.
Yeah.
And like Leah doesn't speak
Oh wait,
to her
no,
like
Siri,
at
don't,
all.
don't.
Correct.
Leah like proceeds to like be totally rude and like unprofessional to Ember like the whole rest of the season. And
Yeah.
like they don't
And, like,
speak.
Correct. And like I understand like, hey, as your friend I would have appreciated knowing that like you weren't over Finn when you were telling everybody that you were. However, also you've been friends for like 2 seconds.
Right. Right.
Like if that was Holly now when we've been friends for like 10 years, I'd be like, why did you not tell me?
Right. But also you
Would
have
not
the
expect
wherewithal-
live text
Right,
updates.
Right. You'd be like, well, but when would she have told me? You know? Like,
Correct.
she was a little bit-
Correct. Maybe when she was contemplating things, but like also sometimes a girl's gotta have room to think.
Right. Like
Come to
It was
her
just,
own
like,
conclusions.
everyone was so dramatic, and like then later at like the reunion, Leah's talking about how she has room in her heart for forgiveness for Ember, and I'm like, what do you have to forgive? Ember did
Correct.
literally nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Literally nothing.
So Holly, you're 2.5. Caitlin, you're a 4. Are you giving it a 4, Caitlin, because you're like buying into the reality TV show of it?
Like, I was just entertained.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably like a 3.5 to a 4.
Mm.
But I have just been... I haven't had a 5-star read this year, guys. I'm really trying.
And Holly has 2.
Yeah. So, like, Is a 4 generous? Yeah. But when I was reading it, I was having a good time.
Which is fair. I think it's just, like I said, like, I watch a lot more reality TV than you do.
Correct.
So in my head, I'm like, this wouldn't even be a scandal. Like, nobody's getting hate for this. Like,
Yeah. And then like my biggest thing was like how the producers twisted everything with like Finn and Ember.
yeah.
But then I was like, that's gonna be annoying. They're gonna have to like live with it, whatever. But then at the reunion, of course, all is right in the world, and they show like some hidden clips for like more engagement or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did appreciate that they righted the wrong, but that's very book, right? Like that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen in real life.
It's
but,
also like, okay, it's been 3 months. Like,
correct. But yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, her dad's calling and is like, I respect you. And you know what else pissed me off?
That.
Ember... Well,
Tell
that,
us.
but also
Spill it.
Ember at the reunion, her and Finn both like make big career announcements that they haven't told each other before, which is crazy. Because
I was like,
But
Hang on, but like that's exactly why you guys broke up 2 years
Right.
ago.
They have not learned their lesson.
they have not.
Clearly.
I'm just triggered. But also, then Ember's gonna be like in charge of the interior of this giant yacht. And then she's like, actually, I don't think I want that anymore. I want to be in charge of the interior of Finn's restaurant. Which is what she could have done 2 years ago.
Correct.
Yeah, but she didn't know about it.
She knew about the
No,
restaurant,
she
but like
made, like a huge stink about like you want me to give up my career, and like the whole book is talking about how her dad doesn't respect her career.
you know
and how
what
she's
pissed
really
me
good
off?
at it. And then she's like, I actually don't want to do this anymore.
Well, to be fair, she didn't think about the interior of the restaurant at that time because she was so hurt from the fact that she thought he didn't respect her career, which, like, I can understand that. And then, like, as she's had time to sit with it, she's like, you know what? That would actually be really nice. I don't have to travel all the time. But what pissed me off is the whole premise of Ember going on this reality TV show to make her dad proud and finally respect her. Girl, you are going on reality TV. You
Right,
think
like,
you're
have you
coming out
never
of this
seen-
squeaky clean? Like, this is going to be so messy. You think your dad's going to respect you after this? I would argue he's going to respect you less.
Yeah.
Not saying that's right. I'm just saying.
With like his characterization.
With his-
he is not the kind
correct.
of dad that's gonna like see his kid on Love Island and be like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Following your
He's going to
dreams.
be the kind of dad that's like, what is this
I
shit?
told you so.
Yeah. Turn it off. Can't believe you would do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
And like I just like that whole premise where she was like, I'm going on the reality TV show to finally earn respect from my dad. I was like, that doesn't
Yeah. That didn't make
let's
any
think that
sense.
plan through. Like that doesn't this
And
sounds easily
she's
foiled.
She's talking in her speaking heads about how much her dad sucks, basically, and like she has the phone call on camera, and I'm like, he's certainly not going to be receptive to this in private. He's really not going to be receptive when you're making him look like terrible, as you should, because he is terrible, on national television.
Correct. Yeah.
I
I think those are all my thoughts.
Do you want to know what
that's my
Goodreads
thoughts.
thinks?
Yes.
I would love to.
Okay. So on Goodreads.
Are you giving us some 1 stars and some 5 stars?
Of course.
Great.
There are 12,248 ratings, 4,072 reviews, with the average being 3.83 stars. So kind of where you guys are at, too. I would say Goodreads is very much split between great book versus utter trash.
Terrible. Yeah.
Like, for instance, this 5-star review from Emily says, second chance romance, but make it a reality TV show on a luxury yacht with no way to distance yourself from your ex because you're working together? Sign me up.
I love a good forced proximity second chance, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, like this has all the tropes I love. I would like to see that.
She also goes on to say that she did enjoy the confessionals, and she was a little unsure about how to feel about Finn when he's first introduced, but seriously grew on me, and by the end I was rooting so hard for him and Ember.
I did enjoy the confessionals. Those were kind of fun.
I did enjoy those, like, but I just wish that they hadn't just used them to like recap everything.
Yeah. Or hint at what the chapter was going to be about.
Right. Like I liked the beginning ones. I didn't like when they just would recap everything.
Fair.
Another 5-star review by Courtney says, well, this was fun and delightful. As someone who recently started watching Below Deck, it was a perfect romance to start at the beginning of summer. I will say that the level of angst got to be a little much and was too long for my taste for a romance, but overall, I really liked it. 4.5 stars rounded up, if for no other reason than stunning cover and pretty sprayed edges. So,
Love a good sprayed edge.
and now we get to the 1-star reviews.
My people.
Marwa rated 1 star, saying, the best part of this book was when I finished it.
I love reading 1-star reviews.
Another 1-star review by Lauren says, cheating does not qualify as a second chance or forbidden romance. Finn is a walking red flag and Ember is a spineless simp. This book was such a disappointment.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I got 2 more. Susie 1-star review says, I finished this out of spite so I could write a scathing review. This is the perfect example of two people who don't deserve a second chance. Every single character, minus the captain, was insufferable. I truly didn't understand what either of the main characters saw in each other and did not feel the romance was deserved whatsoever. Also, the fact that Finn had a girlfriend for almost the entire length was laughable, even more so how badly the author was trying to get me to hate that girlfriend. Yeah, I hated her, but joke's on you because I also hated Ember. Her struggles felt very shallow and trivial to me. Her constant need for her father's approval and attention from the crew was so eye-roll inducing. I guess if you enjoy drama, reality TV, and highly unlikable characters, this will appeal to you, but it's everything I hated. So they do touch on a lot of subjects you were also complaining about.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I will say, like, I like Kandi Steiner's books. Like, and even her one where cheating is, like, a huge focus. But I think with Love Letter to Whiskey, I'm able to excuse it because they're, like, young for most of them. Like, they're, like, high school through, like, I think it ends in their late 20s, but for a big chunk of it, it's, like, early to mid-20s. Where you can kind of excuse the toxicity. I wouldn't put up with it, but, like, fine.
Their frontal lobes are not fully developed.
Like, you're 19, go be crazy. I don't really care that much.
And our last 1-star review from Larissa says, 1 star out of 5, DNF at 40%, save yourself from this one. If you want to read a full season of Below Deck in book form, this is it. Immature drama, attention-seeking characters, and zero depth. I bailed at 40% because I could not handle Ember saying, would my dad approve? One more time. It was nonstop. My dad, my dad, my dad. We get it. Your entire personality is craving dad's approval of your career. I did not care. The chief stew was equally irritating. Just say chief stewardess. The attempt to sound cool or industry insider felt very flat every time.
Chief stew is what they're called.
Yeah, that is what
Yeah, learn something, Larissa. The writing, bad. The characters, bad. The plot, barely moved. And Finn? Oh, Finn. His narration was rough. The Irish accent was so exaggerated it bordered on parody. His character wasn't any better. Overly flirtatious with Ember, while his girlfriend was literally on board with them. The mixed signals weren't intriguing. They were exhausting. This book wanted to be fun, edgy yacht romance chaos, but ended up feeling messy, shallow, and poorly executed. Would not recommend.
Yeah, see, I think because I expected it to be exactly like Below Deck, I expected it to be, like, messy. I expected the characters to be attention-seeking. Like, I just expected all of that. Which I think is why it's, like, 3.5 to 4. Because, like, I expected it to be pretty much like Below Deck. And it was.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah. Those are all of my thoughts.
Mine too.
Great.
Next week we have a very exciting episode. We're gonna do another author interview with Elle Nestico, who has one book out so far, I believe, that hopefully she'll be telling us all about next week. I've read it. I don't know if Caitlin, you have had a chance to finish it.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're not going to do like a full review next week. As I said, it's going to be more of an interview, but very exciting stuff. Stay tuned.
Other than that, thanks for listening to this week's episode, and thank you for being a part of Trigger Warnings Book Club. If you enjoyed today's discussion, make sure to leave a like. If you want to keep up with the book club, subscribe and follow us on Instagram at trigger.warnings.bookclub. Let us know what you thought about Love Overboard, or tell us what your current reads are in the comments. Interested in being a guest on the podcast, we've got a neat form in our Insta bio. We'd love to hear from you. Last but not least, if you enjoy the show, leave us a rating and share it with our fellow readers. It really helps new readers find us. Holly, I'm going to let you do your running thing if you want to.
Yeah, it would be really funny if you read that for me. One more thing. I'm running the New York City Marathon this year to raise money for Book Fairies, a charity that gets books into the hands of kids who need them. If you'd like to support the run, the link's in our show notes and Instagram bio. Every bit helps. I would be so grateful. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.